targeting and being inclusive to transgender people by doing this. They make up 0.03% of the population. What you are targeting are perverts, pedophiles, people that are going to harm our children.
By the way, that pastor's rant there went viral, but no more so than the policy that triggered it. Target, the big retailer now, saying that transgenders move to the front of the line here and can use whatever bathroom they wish, not thinking it through that a lot of regular customers would be upset. 982,000 signatures, those boycotting this new policy. Greg Lott is the lead pastor, Global Vision Bible Church. As I said, that has gone viral. Pastor, good to have you with us. So you're saying what exactly?
Well, when I went in to actually interview the manager, I wanted to know clearly for myself what the policy was, and they very plainly told me that I was able to use whatever restroom that I particularly self-identified with that day, which I found to be not a transgender issue. I think it's a very volatile issue for our children's safety. I have 4 small kids under the age of 11, and I think this is going to open Pandora's box for a lot of people to bend this new policy and this law to their deviant behavior.
You know, Target has come back to say, essentially, Pastor, we are trying to be open and accommodating to all. You say this new policy is quite the opposite.
Yeah, I believe it is. I don't really believe that it has gone about the way that they wanted it to. You know, everybody in this day of political correctness wants to soft pedal the issue and soft stroke the issue. And I think the reason the video went viral is, you know, even the boycott began before I even started the video, is because people just want to use common sense. I told somebody the other day in an interview, you know, I'm 40 years old, but I'm pretty old school. Sometimes I open my mouth and my grandfather walks out. And this is just a common sense issue, and I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
Now, what do you say to people who have your view, Pastor, who say, well, they're not inclusive, they're not open-minded, they're bigoted against transgenders? You say what?
Well, certainly I've got that a lot. There's been a lot of vitriolic hate mail from the LGBT community, and we're not. Here's what I try to get people to understand. If a gay person, if I just use that terminology, was drowning, I would risk my life to save them. I would feed them. They're welcome to come to our church. We speak the truth in love. And we have raised a generation of people that believe that morals and convictions and values equal bigotry and discrimination. And I think that is a great injustice in the day in which we live.
All right, now they turn around, as you know, Pastor, and say, well, you are slighting me. I'm troubled in not knowing whether I'm a man or a woman. I'm confused. You say what?
Well, you know, I think, as I said in the video, it's 0.03% of the population, and so they're not bending the rules and the policy really for the transgender crowd whatsoever. And I don't have all the answers, but this I do know. We're going to be very compassionate, and we're going to tread the waters lightly, but we're still going to stand. I'm not going to agree with the LGBT community, and they're not going to agree with me. And so as far as what their confusion is, that's not on my watch, and I don't think I have to bend and bow to the idol of political correctness or to the LGBT community in the day and age in which we live. We make our peace, we stand our ground, and we just stay out of God's way, if you will. And so we're not mean-spirited, we're not hateful. We're certainly not somebody like Westboro Baptist Church. Those people are ridiculous.
So
we love everybody.
Do you think North Carolina's policy on this, sir, is hateful? Because it's been deemed that way in the media, that they're hateful and bigoted to transgenders, and a lot of businesses and singers and entertainers are avoiding the state until that law changes.
And I think that the interesting thing, Neil, is, you know, we hear about bullying, and yet now these major corporations are bullying these states when each of these states have their own rights to pass their laws and their policies. So I do not see it as discrimination. I do not see it as bigotry. I see it as a war against common sense. This is going to open the door to a lot of perversity, and it's going to happen. It's just going to come. We're living in some very dangerous days, and people are afraid to speak out for fear of the fallout that's going to transpire.
Pastor, thank you very much for taking the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.